Well, I've got to hand it to you. I have to hand it to you, Virgin Cruise Lines. You turned a very bad PR story where everyone was going, "What are you doing? That's horrible." And now you turned it around, not only made it correct, you even made it better. So you may have remembered this story that I covered I think it was last November, of Donovan Tinsley. He's 39 years old. He's been blind since birth. He was a Canadian paraplegic participant in the Paralympics. He was our Canadian flag bearer, as a matter of fact. He's traveled the world many times. He's gone to the Olympics 4 times, and he's done most of this on his own, which is absolutely amazing. People in my family get lost going to my house, and this gentleman has done it without his sight all his life, and he's accomplished so much. It's amazing. Well, he actually went on a Virgin Cruise Line to try and sail by himself. He's been on many cruises before, and they stopped him and said, "I'm sorry, we have some unfortunate news for you. It's determined that it's unsafe for you to sail by yourself as a solo cruiser, being blind." And he says, "You do realize I've traveled the world basically on my own all my life. I've been in the Olympics 4 times, which I traveled to by myself many, many times." He's a competitive swimmer. I mean, if anybody should be able to travel on their own who's blind, this gentleman certainly qualified. Well, the news broke, everyone was talking about it, and they said, no. Well, he got a call from the vice president of Virgin Cruise Line, and he apologized and apologized. He said, "This should never have happened. It's huge miscommunication, and how can I make it right?" And he says, "Can I fly you to meet the ship in Roatan?" And apparently that's what they did. They took the gentleman, they flew him there, they welcomed on board, and he had a great rest of the cruise. I think he even got his money back for the cruise. Well, after that, he's kept in touch with the VP of Virgin Cruise Line. And, they actually offered him a job. So after a few months of negotiating, he has now come aboard as, let me get at what it's called, he's an accessibility consultant for Virgin Cruise Line. I don't know if they had one. I don't know if they have anybody in the cruise line industry that does that. I think they probably do. Some do such a good job. If you go on a Princess ship, you see how well they're organized for people with mobility issues and things like that. So I'm sure they have consultants on some of these cruise lines. I just never heard the position called that before, and now they've offered this gentleman that job. So there's your PR move, right? You've gone from a really bad story. Hey, you turned away a blind, competitive Paralympic swimmer from Canada who's traveled the world all his life, and you turned him away from your cruise line, who's supposed to be the uncruise. You're supposed to be that welcoming cruise for everybody, and they turned it into a good story. They corrected their mistake right away. They got him onto the ship, and they also now hired him to make sure this kind of thing never happens again. So yeah, I'm gonna say hats off. Hats off to Virgin Cruise Line in this case for taking what truly was a bad story and turning it around and not only making things right, but figuring, you know what? Maybe we need someone like this gentleman who knows what he's talking about to help us help our guests who may need help as well.